Welcome to episode 19 of my weekly installment of Play Some D. And as always, we are here with me, Coach D, the host of this shindig. This is my weekly 4-topic podcast episode of where I just shoot the ish about random things. Yeah. Originally started this with the mantra of variety is the spice of life. And it is. And this week is all over the place. When I say that, it's all over the place for sure. Last few weeks been sports dominated. I will not speak on sports in episode 19 at all. At all. I thought about it. There was actually a number of different things I could have talked about, but it was just only a few things I was interested in. And actually, one of the topics that I'm talking about today is conservatorship, which Britney Spears brought into great light this week. I did not really want to talk about it, but I felt like it was important to talk about it. So I'm not sure how far or what I'll go into with it. As everybody knows that watched this before, there's no script here. I don't have anything on either of my monitors, just kind of articles that I'm referencing and things of that nature, but everything's freestyle. So off the top of my head, and that's how I like to do it and how I like to talk about it is it's not authentic I don't think it's authentic if you do it any other way, in my opinion. So I didn't want to talk about it, but I figured it was important, so I said I would. Another topic that was there's just a couple cool things I just want to talk about too. The Colosseum in Rome has opened up their underground area, so I'll delve into that a bit. Also, I was very, very entertained by the World Series of Warzone this past week. I was able to watch it, and it was quite entertaining for anybody that likes. I think anybody that likes. I'm a very competitive person, so I like competition in anything, all sports, all things that people that involve skill. I wouldn't even say skill. Just I do enjoy watching competition, especially when the competition is tight. When you're actually going to have. When there's such a small margin of error where things can, you make one mistake and you lose and things of that nature. And that's what happened, or that is what kind of was involved in the World Series of Warzone this week. And then lastly, a really big fun thing that I'll probably do with a number of artists, but the first artist I think is only right to rank his albums, and that's Jay-Z. I'll do a Jay-Z tier list here, and that'll come up in the fourth quarter, so that should be fun. I have an idea, but I don't really know exactly how that's going to play out. As always, I appreciate any love and support, so if you don't mind, you can like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, but without further ado, let's tip this baby off. We throw a nice little jump ball up at first quarter. That's how we started our first quarter, with a jump ball. But we already know where it's going to tip to, and the tip is going to the Colosseum in Rome, and it's the Colosseum is a very. I've been to Italy, I've been to Rome. I spent 4 or 5 days, 4 days. I think 4 days there. I saw a lot. Did not see everything, but I saw a lot. I did get to see the Colosseum. I toured it, and I walked around the outside on a separate occasion. And both, it's a spectacle. Saw it at night and saw it during the day. And for me, I'm definitely not a historian. I wish I was. I wish I studied history. It honestly, over anything. If I could do it all over again, it would be history in a heartbeat, because it's just so much history, so much cool stuff to go back and look at, and yeah, it's just yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of history, and it's a lot of history here in Italy. And I'm the kind of guy where I want to see the crevices. I want to see things that obviously that nobody else have seen, but just where it all happened at. You know, the show happened above ground. The fans are in the stands from where we can see where you see the big pillars and arches and things of that nature. That's where the fans stood, and the top level is where they fought at. But underground is where souls were taken and minds were manipulated and people were whatever. And that's what happens when you walk through it. I was able to walk through um, what is that? Where Mount Vesuvius is. Um, um, come on, Mount Vesuvius is Pompeii. Sorry for that. Sorry for that long pause to Pompeii. I was able to walk through Pompeii. You see a lot of the nitty gritty there. You saw where people was like, you pretty much zapped into time, with the ash and things of that nature, and how a lot of stuff was preserved, and you could see most of that stuff, with this opening for the first time, and two, it's not only the first time Southern is the area described as the heart of the building. This is from a CNN article. Since the underground levels or the hypogea, where gladiator animals waited before going into combat, this is the first time the monument history in the public has ever been allowed in. Now, tourists are able to walk through the pathways, the wooden platforms, the corridors, the arches. Uh, it was illuminated by candlelight, but with the arena's original ground level long destroyed, is visible from the upper layer of sunlight filters down to its depths. So you obviously can't experience it like it was experienced, but you take yourself into that aspect of it, and I believe I mentioned it when I went there. I was like, this was covered, so everything underground, it was dark down there. I mean, I'm sure they had, it pretty well lit, so you couldn't be attacked, or you kind of knew where you were going for like the guards and people that walk through there safely and whatnot. But it was just, it was just I was imagining it was just a whole different world down there. It was just a place where, uh, yeah, I couldn't imagine. So I really, really, really want to see it. It's almost become like number one destination now, even though that's the only place I've traveled out the country to. But if this opening feels like I would just go back just to see this, it would be for me worth it. I think I there's also like a restoration portion of it too, where um, it's not obviously 100% like it was back then. There's a restoration aspect to it, just like the top, and kind of keeping it upright, which it needs to stay upright, and you want to try to preserve it as good as possible. The restoration is absolutely important for archaeologists' research because it enabled us to reconstruct its history. Kind of what I was just saying there. This was the backstage of the shows that went on in the area. All the preparation, technology, props, animals. The restoration project, which has seen entire Colosseum restored over the past decade, started with a CEO of the fashion house was 330 million for the operation, three major phases. It's it's a long, cool article that's definitely worth the reading. The opening of Underground actually marks the end of the Taz restoration project, but it's not the end of the works of the Colosseum. So I really wanted to. I just thought it was big news to kind of, or not necessarily big news, but big news for travelers, big news for historians, big news for people, fans of the Roman Empire and the Roman era, Italy. in general. I think the Colosseum. I think when people think of historic things, if this has ever crossed your path or you've ever noticed it or talked about it or seen it, this is one of the things you think of as something historic. There's wonders in the world. I've never been a fan of the wonders per se, but yeah, this would this in my opinion should be one of them. Hold on one second here. Get a little more light in this joint. I gotta turn my light on. Was kind of excited to get this one going. Then I get my light on in this joint. So yeah, that's I don't want to be too long and obnoxious with it and highlighting the Coliseum and all that good stuff. It is what it is. It's a great place to go, and now it gives you a more in tuned idea. I don't know how much. I don't know how much it costs. Let's see if you can see ticket prices, underground tickets, Coliseum underground, city wonders, underground tour, tickets, underground arena floor, €69, 3 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. $85. $85 to see that. That is not a bad sale. So yeah, to me it's just dope, and just to think, just to walk around there. Cause I would walk around there and put myself in the mind of being there back then, having to get ready to go to battle, or just being a soldier, watching or yeah, it's just tough. It's a tough but yet cool place of history in the world for sure. So quarter two, we're gonna get over to conservatorship, which is essentially under U.S. law is the appointment of a guardian or a protector by a judge to manage the financial affairs and or daily life of a person due to old age or physical or mental limitations. It makes a whole lot of sense. So that's the first thing I want to say about it. Makes a whole lot of sense. It obviously needs to be a thing. People, they can't take care of themselves, or something happens, accident, a number of different things could be reasons to do this, and somebody to have it, and makes total sense because if something happens legal, somebody's responsible. I get all like that type of stuff. But now we transition to others, or just bad situations where people take advantage of situations, because there's always a percentage of somebody that's looking to get over or take advantage of stuff. And I guess that's in if anything, the Britney Spears story, the Britney Spears story sheds light on this. I had no clue. I figured something happened. This was for over a decade. I think it's been 13 years or something like that. She had her issues, and I think she had her issue in like 2008. I think whenever it happened, it's been over a decade. And at first you're like, okay, maybe she needs somebody to, don't waste their money, don't want to mess up, bother with their kids, things of that nature, make sure everything's good. Yeah, there's a temporary time where that can be maintained. But when I realized, I don't know when it was, but she was doing, I think, the biggest show in Las Vegas for a long time. I remember I was thinking, like, who is going to see Britney Spears? Obviously, a whole truckload of people are going to see Britney Spears. if she can put on the show, if she can maintain all of that in the entertainment capital, maybe I don't. It's not the entertainment, whatever. In Vegas, where shows on shows on shows, you captivate audiences. You're obviously seems like. I mean, I didn't see a show, but I'm assuming she's mentally stable. After a year of that, it's kind of like I don't know how the process goes. Or the courts are like, okay, maybe she can handle herself now. And then maybe if she messes up again, then you can, or probation. I don't know how it exactly works, but it seems very, very strange that this has been going on this long. She's can't have kids. She's forced into having IUDs stuck in her dad seems kind of. I mean, I guess she's good because she's able to take trips and do stuff. So I guess he funds her money, but it's no way, shape, or form that anybody should have control of her money but her. It really makes no logical sense. And I said, in certain instances, this is where law has to be. I don't know if flexible is a rule or just common sense. Like common sense has to be written into law. I mean, that's almost how lawyers. I mean, that's the sense. Law was created by people that could then figure out a way to manipulate it. That's gets you your lawyers and things of that nature. The concept of all that. But certain things, especially when you come to people's lives, should not be able to be, they shouldn't be able to be manipulated or fooled with like that. Like, I don't know the details, don't really want to know the details of everything in terms of breakdowns of how she eats and sleeps and where she lives and who she can hang out with. And I don't even want to know because it would probably make me even more angry. But this is a woman who obviously went through tragic times. I'm sure there's evaluation, things of that nature to kind of tie the knots to say she should at least be able to manage her cash flow and then kind of, there should be steps to take to eventually get out of this. And that's pretty much what her court case was, to say, time is up. All I want is to own my money and for this to end. That's what she says. And for her to put up with it for this long is pretty crazy. In 2019, Ms. Spears told the court that she had felt forced by the conservatorship into a stay at a mental health facility and to perform against her will. So that sounds like in 2020, she filed against the court to suspend her father from his role as conservator and refused to perform if he remained in charge of her career as a result of wealth management became. But her father presently remains the main. That's when the wealth management company was able to help with the funds being moved around. So in 2019, it looks like her dad does some stuff where I guess that's the manipulation of it, is where he forces her back into a mental health facility or something like that to say, hey, look, there's still something wrong with her. I should still be in charge of her stuff. Like, that's wild. I don't know her dad. It sounds very strange, and I don't even know why he would even want to do something like that. But there's sick people in the world that would want to do stuff like that. So I get it. But this is wild. And like I said, her end is probably like, it's the issue is with her. Her story is something that's being told. There's, I'm sure there's, I was looking for statistics and see, I was trying to see how many more people, have to deal with this. And I really couldn't find anything concrete, but it obviously is. There's probably disabled people who are able to handle it, and they were gathered by somebody to take over their lives essentially, or at least I guess in most instances it's really about the cash. Like, a disabled person, if you get on disability or say you had a accident at work or something like that, I can see how a lot of money could come in and somebody else be responsible for that. That would just be that would be heart wrenching for an individual, especially. Yeah, you take care of them. Okay, so for the year or whatever, I need to regather myself, and yeah, you can handle my finances and how I move and things of that nature while I'm down, while I'm hurt, while I'm not able to, or trying to get my cognitive skills back or whatever the case may be. But once I'm back, give me my stuff back. I can maybe compensate you or whatever, however that works. But I should now get my rights back to do what I want to do. So the concept of it is correct. I think it's good, but Britney's case is wild. I hope, hopefully, with it being so public and things of that nature, and realize how wild this is, hopefully the courts relinquish her father from that, and she can live. She can go on and live the rest of her life, hopefully decently. I think she'll be all right. I think the bad days are behind her. I mean, she's older. I think she's good. So we'll see. But like I said, I didn't really want to talk about it, but I thought it was important to talk about it in terms of other people, not necessarily Britney, but the concept in general. So that's what I wanted to speak on. So it's getting to halftime. Halftime is nothing spectacular, shall I say? Nothing. Yeah, it's halftime. Now, third quarter, and like I said, this is World Series of Warzone. It was for all the gamers out there, for all the people that follow Call of Duty and people that's in the Battle Royale arena. And I spoke on Call of Duty. I think this is probably my third time talking about it on Play Some D, and this one was very, very entertaining. I watch tournaments every now and then. There's a couple guys that I watch regularly, but this was excellent in all ways, shape, or form. The winner, so how it broke down was there was 5 captains. It was Swag, Aiden, Tim the Tapman, Dan Dangler, and Nate Shot were the captains. I believe, I'm almost positive this was an Activision event. They did something that the cheating was not. Cheating is a whole different topic that I'll probably never talk about on here, but there are content creators that cheat. I'm almost 100% sure that of the 150 people in here, a good amount of them have had a cheat on at some point to get a record, big game, or whatever the case may be, or even whatever. Whatever. But did something with the cheats, and I'm not exactly sure how all that went down with the testing on your PCs or whatever they did there. But it turned out to the overall team captain that won was Swag. Aiden came in second. That was 6-19 to 6-10. That was one of the more exciting things. The captains picked. They did a snake draft where they picked all the other teams involved, and Tim the Tapman's team came in third, which was kind of surprising. Dan Dangler's team came in fourth, and Nate Shot's team came in fifth. As far as what was the exciting part was the squads. So they had a scoring structure where you had to get kills, which I thought was so cool. They kind of figured that out. I thought it could have been a little bit better because the top 15, it was a 1.5 multiplier once you made it to the top 15. And the winner got 2 times the amount of kills. I thought they should have structured that a little bit better. I thought probably once you get to 15, it should probably be like 1.2. You got the 10, it probably should have been about 1.5. And then when you got the top 3 teams should have got a little bit, should have been like number 3 should have probably got like 1.7. 1.8 should have went to second place, then 2 should have went to 1. It should have went something like that. The top 3 should have had a little bit more multiply. I don't know how they could work that out, or maybe everybody loved that format, but I just felt like there's a couple instances where I believe on Swag's team, Repose, Hector, Lucky and Super Evan, I think they got second place twice in a first place or something like that, and had that dynamics. Getting the second is in this lobby. It was a custom lobby with all those teams, all these professionals, content creators, whatnot, playing together. It's tough. It's tough, especially when you get to those top couple of teams. And Aiden's overall team with him, Huskers, and Brady, the top 3 earners. And some people said they shouldn't have probably been on a team, but I think it's actually cool that they were, because they're the top 3 earners, and I thought this was kind of the place to allow them to play together, because this is the biggest tournament of Warzone, and they work really hard. If they want to play together, I don't mind that at all. But where they got really interesting was that they were at 121.5. Repulse and came in second with 108.5. Swag, Booyah, and Biffle came in at 107. Unrational, Scumming, and Nickel, I don't know how to say it, is 103. And then Colors, Attract, the Desmond came in at 105. I think they were the qualifying team. And then Isaac, OP Marked, and Devious came in at 99.5. So second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth were all within 10 points of each other. That's how crazy and how competitive the top. That's the top 7. The top 6 teams were, and then even 7 through 10, they're within 7 points of each other. So it got really, really competitive there. So it's tough, especially when you get down to the end. You make it to those final circles, and it gets tough. I watch, for the most part, who I think currently is the best player in Warzone. I believe it is Super Evan. I believe Super Evan is the best player. He did come away with the most kills. He had 49. The next closest was Aiden at 37. And then Biffle at 34. And Scumming at 36. Biffle at 34. I kind of, let me take that back a little bit. I haven't watched every single player that played in this before. I've watched a good amount of all. I've watched I've seen 70% of these guys play before, minus some of the, not counting the CDL the CDL pros, the actual COD pros that play on LAN and multiplayer. They don't count. I've seen them. Some of them play before, but they've been playing that for a while, and it's tough for them to, they're 2 different games. Whatever. But the guys that play Warzone on a regular, I've probably seen about 70% of them. So I've never seen Scumming play before. Ever. Never seen Scumming. I've seen Colors. Cloaks came in he had 27 kills. But I do think Super Evan, Aiden, Biffle, and I want to say Rated. I want to say those are probably the top 4 players in Warzone currently. Probably Booyah. I do think Swag's up there at the top. Just awareness, map awareness, angles, gun skills. There's other guys. I do think they're out there. Colors is actually, I've seen them, watch them play a few times. Anyway, Super Evan, Aiden, Biffle, for the most part, I think those are the top 3 guys, and they're top four of kills. So it was very entertaining. I imagine they're doing it again. This was North America. It looks like it's going to be more matches, which is really cool. I mean, and I think that's what a lot of these guys do want to compete against each other. They've been playing Warzone for over a year now, and there's not been a lot of tournaments where you actually go against each other and fight. Some of them been like, oh, placement. Placement's whack because you just can't, but you want people to go out there and fight, and things of that nature. So that's I think the guys are actually ready to play each other and show their gun skills up against the best, and I think that's how it should be. That's how I would want to be if I played this game all the time. I'm a competitive person, as I mentioned before, and I would be wanting to play against the best. It probably does. I'm almost positive, especially for some of these guys that do it all the time, to go in lobbies and run up. You see them run up against some guys that their backs turn, they're laying down, they slide right past them and shoot them and kill them. It's like that. It's whatever. That's not total fun, but I'm sure you can get bored of that, doing it over and over and over again. But shout out to Activision and all the people that came out to play. It was fun. I was thoroughly entertained. Um, yeah, it was cool. So I think the Europe one's gonna happen or has happened. I'm not totally sure now. I don't know most of those guys, but I'll probably peek in or at least be aware of the results and see who won and things of that nature. So, yeah, birds on to the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter is just me having a little bit of fun here. I wanted to feel like I haven't done any relaxing cool since I did the last. I think probably the last time I did a tier list, or maybe I don't know. These placing these go every which direction, but for the sense of it, we're here on a tier list, and these are all. There's a couple albums here, like the Linkin Park one, the Best of Both Worlds with what's that? Best of Both Worlds with R. Kelly. Unfinished Business, is that on there? R. Kelly? Yeah, the R. Kelly albums. Watch the Throne. Everything is Love is on there. Okay. So I might reference the Wikipedia to take a look at take a look at track list, but not totally sure if I'll need to. So the S, A, B, C, D, I'm not gonna rank them like that. I'm literally just gonna rank them all. Think they'll all fit. They probably won't all fit up there, but I think I'll go last. I think I'll try to go last or first. And I'll definitely. It's probably not fair to put the Linkin Park in there, but I'll most definitely say it's these. Actually, I do need to reference. I listen to all these albums. Best of Both Worlds. What's the track list on this? Unfinished Business. And it's really not that. Alright. So I would put the Linkin Park actually over both of those. It doesn't matter which one is last. Okay, so now for the actual Jay-Z album. So these would go that way. Oh, well, I guess these don't count because Watch the Throne isn't actually the Jay-Z album, or this one. This is Beyonce and Jay-Z. So I'm going to say, I guess I could rank them actually as they are, as far as that would make probably more sense to make it. Let me do that. I will do it like that just to. So American Gangster was a B. High B for sure. Kingdom Come was a B. Watch the Throne is top. I want to go backwards, but I can't go backwards because I have to. Black Album is top. Reasonable Doubt is top. Oh no, that's not Reasonable Doubt. I'm sorry. This is Reasonable Doubt. I'm bugging out. 444, I believe is a low A. Actually, the Dynasty is. I think the Dynasty is a C. Honestly, I think this is a C too. This was This was 3, right? Volume, no. This was this one, The Gift and the Curse. Yeah. Volume 3 is one of my faves. But as far as I think it's better than 444. This I think this goes here. Magna Carta, I don't think is better than any of that. Blueprint 3, I don't think is better than. Let me look at the track list. I actually was just listening to Blueprint 3. This is good. This is a good album. Blueprint 3 is a good album. Blueprint 3 is a good album. I think it's better than 444. Let me look at American Gangster again. I thought American Gangster was really really good. I think Kingdom Come is one of his most slept on albums. Actually, this is like the only song. I mean, anything is not that good either. I like it, but it's not that good of a song. Yeah, no, I think that goes behind that. I think that's right. Magna Carta, Holy Grail was. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. These these in my lifetime. So this is the least one I've liked and the least one I've listened to, which makes it a little tougher for me to judge. But I'm gonna put it there. And then volume two, Hard Knock Life. Holy Monkey is this is there. Watch the Throne is not his best album. I'll redo these. It's an A. It's better than four. It's better than both of those. Volume three. Yeah. Big Pimpin' was on this. I do think that's where it got. I do think it's A. I don't know which one is. I honestly don't know which one goes first for me. Let me think about that. I think this is right. I feel like that's good. I think Black Album is his best album. I do like Reasonable Doubt over. I think it goes like this. I do think Black Album is his best album. I think it goes there, there, there. Yeah, I think this is my Jay Z tier list. So we go with Black Album. We go with the Blueprint 3. We go with Watch the Throne, Reasonable Doubt, all at the top S tier albums. Then the A's, I want to say, is Volume 3, followed by Volume 2, followed by Blueprint 3, then 444. I'm really torn. I really want to put American Gangster as a A. I really, really do, but I think it's a B album. I think American Gangster is a B album. Now that it's really settling in on me, we got these two, three, Sweet and No Party Life, six, Hello. It's definitely a B album. Top B. Kingdom Come maybe could jump it. I think there's just a couple more better songs on that one. These to me could swap. In My Lifetime is the outlier because In My Lifetime all three of these are hot swappable, but I'm going to keep it there. This could go there. This could go there. I think all three of these are hot swappable. And then that bottom, like I said, I never liked this album. Don't think it's a good album. I've tried to listen to it. I've put it on road trips. It's just something about that one that just doesn't tickle my fancy, shall I say. So that's my Jay-Z tier list. Boom. Right there. Wait, can I? My point. That point. I can never get that right. I don't know how some people do this. Like some people just can like get the point down. Like no shot. It's no. So yeah, it's good old Jay-Z album tier list. Boom. Booyah. That is Play Some D, episode 19. Thank you for watching. As always, feel free to smash that scissor button if you like. Totally don't have to, but I would love it if you do. Post notifications would be awesome because that will give you that notification when this goes live every week, or when I post this joint every week, and hopefully more stuff to come. I'll probably at some point I'll probably break some of these up and start making clips of these segments. It's just a smart thing to do, I think. So I'll end up doing that at some point here soon. So those be notifications too, and then like button. Drop a comment too. Tell me how you like the videos, what not. All that good stuff. So yeah, today was the World Series of Warzone. Really enjoyed that. Underground of the Colosseum in Rome is open. Jay-Z's album tier list and Conservatorship. Hope Britney Spears gets all her stuff back. And everybody else that's in that same situation that needs their stuff back. They should get it back if they're deemed to be able to handle their situation. So, Coach D, as always, you know how I do. Thank you. And to the next one, Holla.